2017. I thought I would shoot a brief video concerning some developments that you may or may not be aware of. A lot of people are, especially in what you would call the truth movement. A lot of people are aware that Alex Jones is going through some divorce proceedings, and recently they were in court. And there was very many articles written about it, and there was a lot of people talking about it. They seem to latch on one detail in which Alex Jones's lawyer on Alex Jones' behalf said that Alex Jones, what he does is performance art. And of course, you're going to have hundreds of people talking about, oh, see, Alex Jones is a fraud, and his lawyer admits that he's a dang fraud, and he admitted it in court, and there you go, that's 100% proof. Don't ever listen to what Alex Jones has ever said. Right? Meanwhile, I don't know if these people just don't know or just don't want to know the goings on in and around child custody court. Alright? You have to play things really ultra smooth in child custody court, and a lot of us already know that out there. A lot of us learn the hard way about that child custody court. You got to play things real smooth. Alright? You have to use legal jargon. Alright? And I'm not trying to take up for Alex Jones talking about like, oh, well, y'all stop picking on him, y'all stop picking on him. Thing is, this is an interesting situation. Alright? I do want to lay a little bit of groundwork into that. When I was in child custody court, when I was in it, and this was years ago, a couple years ago, yeah, it was brought up. The fact that I listened to Alex Jones on the radio was brought up in court as some sort of evidence against me, and it was kind of bewildering to the judge, and in that he'd never heard of Alex Jones before. He didn't know what to make of it. And my wife told him that, oh, he listens to Alex Jones, he might be a danger. He might be a danger to people. The judge had no idea. He didn't know who Alex Jones was. Meanwhile, you gotta understand that this is a pattern that's just going to happen a lot, and I want to bring that up. Alright, men are designed to seek ladies as wives, vice versa. Women are designed to seek men as husbands, right? That's just something a lot of us are going to naturally do. Meanwhile, it seems that in the tribulation, a lot of marriages, in fact, most marriages are going to be driven apart. And I want to make mention of this. If you are at all enthralled with the truth, if you find that you're being lied to all the time, if you find that that's not stuff that you accept for you or your family, all right, if that is the case, you're going to dive further and further into the truth. And while you do that, you're going to be isolating yourself from the rest of the world who does not want to know the truth, even though the truth is staring at them in the face. Right? So this is going to happen to many of us out there. You're going to realize that the further you dive into the truth, the more dangerous of a situation it might become. Because you got to understand, when you're telling the truth, that's dangerous. There's people out there who don't want anybody to know the truth because they understand that they'll go to jail. That's if they do go to jail. Like, they'll probably be executed for the crimes that they've done. They don't want anybody to know about that sort of stuff. So when you dive further into that kind of world where guilty parties do not want you to know the inner workings of their little criminal activity, right? The stuff is going to get pretty difficult for you. And as a man, you can't help it because you know that if you give in to being ruled over by dang dirty tyrants, well, then your children are going to get even worse. Right? They're gonna live even worse lifestyles because they'll be ruled over by people that you just go ahead and let them do it. All right. Here on this channel, we try to keep it all very simple. There's certain things that we should fight against, namely pedophilia. All sort of things we should fight against. All right. You gotta understand, there's people in high places that love all the stuff that we want to discontinue. Alright, so when that happens, the stakes are raised a little bit. You're going to start receiving death threats. You're going to start receiving all sort of warnings, like you better shut up your mouth. You better not talk about this truthful stuff. You better not talk about our crimes and stuff. You better not put us on blast for all our crimes, or bad things are going to happen to you. And that's terrible. It's terrible that that would happen to certain people, but it happens all the time. All right, the reason is because those people want the truth seekers to get scared and to shut their mouths and go away. Meanwhile, if those people were to do that, if they were to go away and just be silent, their children don't have no future, and they know that. They know that for a fact. So no matter how dangerous the road gets, they'll continue. Right, because they see that this is something they had to do. They had to do it for their children. Their children have no hope if they don't do it. Right. Meanwhile, some people have the guts for that and some people don't. You're going to find that most women in the world do not. I'm not saying all women. I'm saying most of them do not have the guts to continue to... You can find them on the internet, though. You can find certain women who do have the guts to dive into the truth, no matter how incriminating it is to certain powers that be. They're going to dive into the truth. They're going to find out who's guilty. Who's guilty of all these injustices upon us. Right? There's not many women who have the nerve to do that. Right? So... likely what happened, I don't know the details. Alex Jones doesn't speak on it, which is a very good idea, and I commend him for doing that. He doesn't speak upon his divorce, and I don't want to dive too far into the personals of his stuff. That's his own private life. But here, what I could tell you right now, just from looking from the outside, is this: Alex Jones's wife just could not take it anymore. She'd received too many death threats. She had buckled under the pressure. And honestly, I can't even blame her, to be honest with you. She got scared. She knows that bad people are thinking about doing some bad things to her. And so she got scared. She's running off right now. This is something that Alex Jones has to deal with, unfortunately. And you know what? I think he's doing in his stride, to be honest with you. He's still maintaining a glorious work ethic and stuff, and he's still spitting that hot fire. Right, so Alex Jones' wife got a little bit scared. She had to do the divorce thing, right? And now she's still scared, right? She wants to get the children out of Dodge, right? Ultimately, that is not a good way to do things, but in her eyes, it's the safest way to do things. And now she's probably trying to get full custody and things like that, using incriminating things in the courtroom that are unnecessary to begin with, but like I said, she's got out of her mind. She does not have the nerve to keep going on. All right, there's not many women out there who do. All right, and so people like us loners, there's men, and there will be ladies out there who have to, even though they love certain people, even though they would love to be together with their families, they're going to be isolated. They're going to be turned off to the side. They're going to be left to their own devices, and when doing that, they're going to continue to figure out the truth. They're still going to find out who's the guilty parties. They're still going to find out all the pedophiles and where they're at and what they're doing, and they're going to bring an end to it. Right? It's still going to happen. Right? This is the reason why there's John the Baptist out there. This is the reason why there's certain lonely individuals out there who are going to continue to press for the truth. Right? Because our children don't have a choice. Right? Meanwhile, you have to go to child custody court and you got to say all sorts of things. You got to be as smooth as butter in child custody court if you do not want to get your children all the way taken away from you. Alright? There's not a safe space in this world, I can promise you that. Not for us or our children. The safest space that they could be near is their father, period. Because, well, nobody laid down their life like their father for them and their safety. However, we're living in a tribulation. A lot of stuff's going to get real confusing. People are going to jump to all sort of conclusions, alright? A lot of people are going to dive into the truth. A lot of people are going to dive further into their ignorance, alright? Either way, ain't no getting out of the tribulation. Anyways, it's April the 18th, 2017, and I'll holler at y'all later.